They sound happy too, they don't just look happy. You absolutely look amazing. I'm so delighted to be here because, Liberal Democrats, we are fighting this election campaign and we know what we're fighting it for. This is an election about our values. This is about the kind of country that we are. And the first thing that I want to say to all of you is thank you so much. Thank you so much indeed. You are absolutely amazing. Everything that you have been doing. Knocking on doors, delivering leaflets, doing so whether it's been a beautiful crisp winter's day or a slightly less crisp winter's day. Bobble hats at the ready, scarves, gloves, 3 pairs of socks to stop your toes going white. It has been a challenge to be fighting a December general election, but you have been doing absolutely amazingly. And we know why we're doing this. In places right across the country, we have pro-European movements that have sprung up. The other day, there was somebody there from Oxford for Europe. I know that Bath for Europe has done an amazing job, and there are so many people right across the country who have been campaigning for our place in the European Union. I'm proud that Liberal Democrats have been at the forefront of leading these campaigns in local communities and indeed right across the country, because this is about our future. It's about, yes, being members of the European Union. But why do we want to be members of the European Union? We are an internationalist party. We're a liberal party. We recognise that this is a fight for the soul of our country. Are we open or closed? Are we generous or selfish? Do we reach out and work with others, or do we pull up the drawbridge? And whether it is guaranteeing our prosperity or our security or tackling the climate emergency, we know we can do that so much better by working with our closest neighbours. So you know what you get from the Liberal Democrats on Brexit, to remain in the European Union and to stand up for liberal values. And what do we get from the Prime Minister? It's absolutely clear. We get lie after lie after lie. The Prime Minister who said that he would guarantee the rights of those 3 million nationals from other EU countries. He said, he promised he would guarantee their rights. And how long did it take before instead he was stoking hostility towards those very people in our country? His dog whistle comments over the last few days have let that mask slip. It is clear when he says, and he talks about EU nationals in our country being a threat to our jobs, bringing in criminals and being a drain on our public services, what his message is not to be thinking of fellow EU citizens as our neighbours, as our colleagues, as our friends, not to be thinking of them as part of our community, despite the fact that they are the people who look after our children, who treat our elderly relatives when they are sick, who work in our bars, in our farms, who keep our economy going. No, he would have us treat those people as our enemies, and it has to stop. We respect those citizens. So that is what you get from the Prime Minister, that language that is stoking that division and that hate. And we, Liberal Democrats, reject that. We know that our country, our wonderful United Kingdom that we love, is better than that. We are an open country. We are a warm-hearted country. We are a generous country, and we do best when we reach out to others too. So there are 48 hours to go. The end of the general election is nearly in sight. And then you've got the job of looking after Christmas. So, the work doesn't stop. But the end of the general election is nearly upon us. And what we all do for these last few hours will make that difference in terms of the type of country that we will see on Friday and beyond. Because Liberal Democrats are in the position in so many parts of the country where we can stop Boris Johnson, we can win seats from the Conservatives, not just in places where Liberal Democrats have previously been strong, although absolutely we are winning in those places, but also in places where we have previously been far behind. And we are all going to look with interest as we watch the results come in, and we look at what happens in North East Somerset, and we look at what happens in East Somerset, and we look at what happens in Finchley and Golders Green. Former Tory strongholds where Liberal Democrats are challenging, and to people who live in those areas. You know, if you have had a lot of Liberal Democrat leaflets piling up on your kitchen table, let me tell you, that is a place where Liberal Democrats can win, and you can vote Liberal Democrat and get a Liberal Democrat MP and stop Boris Johnson getting his majority. We can stop Brexit and we can build a brighter future. Thank you very much. A group of Liberal Democrats. Every single diamond is the right way up. That can't be right.
Hang on a minute. There you go.
Stop Brexit! Stop Brexit!
Stop Brexit! Stop Brexit! Stop Brexit!
Stop Brexit!
Stop more.
Thank you very much.